Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to unpack some facts about the Toyota bladed ignition system known as Type 6. Uses the H-chip key system. So here on our screen we have our example vehicle, which is the 2017 to 19 Toyota Corolla under the USA menu. And you'll see over on the right hand side we have a lot of options to choose from. The first one that you should go to is keys program. This is completely optional, but you want to pick this for the reason that it'll hold 8 keys. Only 5 of them can be masters and the other 3 are going to be valets. So if you're maxed out, for example, and you're trying to add a 6th key into the system, it's not going to work. And you may go off in the wrong direction thinking that you have a bad key or there's something wrong with the vehicle. And if you had checked keys program, you would have known that you were maxed out. Now the option, if you are maxed out, there are 2 of them. One is erase keys, which will erase all keys down to the 1 working key that's in the ignition at the time. That will stay and remain programmed. Now the other option would be to reset the immobilizer, in which case you would have to stay on that screen until the master key is learned into the system, and then you can add keys from there. So it really depends on your circumstances. Now there is a learn master key option here. What does that do? That's really important because that's if, let's say for example, you reset the immobilizer and you found out at the very end of the procedure you had the wrong key. Well, that's when you would go to learn master key, because you can't reset again. Once it's reset, you have to get a master key stored. So don't try to reset again, that's gonna fail. So you go to learn master key and go through the procedure of getting your master key stored into the system, then you can add additional keys. Also, this would happen if, say for example, you were going through the procedure and it segues at the end of the reset of the immobilizer, it segues automatically into learning the master key procedure, but you make a mistake and mess it up, you get an error message. You would have to start again, and again you're going to be using the learn master key option. Now I want to show you something because this is really important. We had a gentleman that called the other day and this threw him off because he was very familiar and comfortable with the menu that we just went through. But he had a 21 Corolla. Now if you look here, we have 20 to 23 bladed Corolla, and this is a different menu system, and you'll see that there are not that many choices here. And that's by design because this is a different protocol, even though it uses the H-chip key. So if you go to tips and hints, which is on the left-hand side of your screen, this will explain this is a Toyota TIS subscription and you need NASTIF credentials to use it. So what he did was he followed all this. He went through his reset of the, successfully, but he had the wrong key. So he looked for learn master key, but there is none, and that prompted him to call us. So we told him this system, although it's an H-chip key system, it is different the way it's set up. So he had to go to add keys. So that's what you do. You do your reset immobilizer and you do your add keys. Or if you have a working key, of course, you go to add keys right away and use your working key as your first initial key, as long as you're not maxed out. So learn the subtleties of the difference and don't get too comfortable when you have an H-chip key. There are 2 different protocols with slight variations that share some of the same rules. And that's my message today. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you again. Bye for now.